The GOP's much-hyped ex-Hunter Biden business partner did not provide the damning testimony against President Joe Biden that House Republicans were looking for. Where's the smoking gun? Doesn't seem to be. So now former Hunter Biden business partner Devon Archer had answered questions before the GOP House Oversight and Accountability Committee as part of the investigation into corruption allegations surrounding the Bidens. If you want to look at corruption, maybe they could, I don't know, take a look at legalized corruption in the form of, campaign contributions. It's legalized bribery. No, of course they don't want to look at that because they benefit from it. Now, Archer had testified that Hunter Biden put then Vice President Joe Biden on speakerphone during business meetings over 20 times. So it's meetings at apparently Hunter Biden's house, where he's like, hey, why don't you talk to my dad? Now, according to Archer, Biden was put on the phone to, quote unquote, sell the brand, reported Fox News' Chad Peregrine. So he told the committee that Hunter was selling the illusion of access to his father. So right there, illusion, that word carries a lot, okay? It's doing some heavy lifting. Because, if you're selling the illusion, well, illusion means that it's not real, that it's fake. So basically, Hunter Biden was kind of like misleading business partners into thinking, oh, don't worry, man. Hey, you do business with us, you might have access to my dad. My dad's kind of a big shot. That doesn't mean it's true, though, okay? And look, that right there illustrates how it was Hunter Biden using his dad's name to help himself, to help the business, which honestly is probably the most normal thing that happens among kids of wealthy and powerful people. Hey, do you know who my daddy is? Hey, you're nice. I might pass along a nice word to daddy. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but people might be like, all right, sure, anything I can to ingratiate myself, I suppose. But it's nepo baby stuff. I don't like it. I don't think anybody likes it, unless you're, of course, one of the people that are doing it. Now, that said, Archer, who was there, said that while he was on the phone, Biden actually never discussed any business with any of Hunter Biden's partners. So I think that's also a very important detail. Now, Representative Dan Goldman, Democrat from New York, a member of the committee who was in the meeting, who heard the testimony, relayed Archer's claim that basically when Biden was there, he would exchange casual niceties and had done so on a number of occasions. In fact, here's that video.
He did describe that there were approximately 20 occasions over the course of their nearly decade-long business relationship where, when one of them called the other, that Hunter Biden would ask his father to say hello to whomever he was at dinner. He said there were some times when it was friends and sometimes when it was potential business partners or business partners. But the witness was unequivocal and stated very clearly that they never discussed any business on that phone conversations. There were niceties, and there was a hello, and we talked about the weather or whatever it was, but it was never any business.
You know why? Because it would be stupid to talk business. Seriously. Like, I can imagine the last thing that I would want to do when I'm on a phone call with somebody, like just, especially with, my son or whatever, and he's got friends over. The last thing I want to do is like talk business and be like, no. Maybe they're not talking about the weather. They ain't talking about business, okay? Or work in reality, okay? So look, he says Joe Biden didn't talk about business. All right. So now a reporter then asked Goldman about, hey, okay, look, so you didn't talk about business, but there's these allegations about some bribes going on here, and this was Goldman's response, basically relaying what Archer had said.
So we did bring up the FD 1023, and he categorically said that he was unaware, had no knowledge of any $5 million payment made to either Hunter Biden or to Joe Biden, and would be shocked if that actually existed. And let's remember, he was on the Burisma board with Hunter Biden. So as a board member, he would have known if Burisma was paying a bribe to any of the Bidens.
I mean, there it is. Where's the smoking gun? This was supposed to be the Republicans' evidence of the Biden bribery scheme. Where is it? It's not there. I don't see anything there, other than, oh, well, Hunter Biden was selling an illusion. Whether or not his dad knew about that illusion, there's no evidence that he had known about it. And so the allegations go completely unverified. But once again, look, this issue has already been scrutinized by the Trump Justice Department, a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, and a full impeachment trial of the former president. Again and again, there's just no evidence of it. There's no credible witnesses. There's just nothing there. And so the reality runs counter to the Republican narrative on these alleged bribes, okay? And the removal of Victor Shokin, which also, of course, plays into this. Archer had testified that Hunter Biden and the rest of the board of Burisma actually didn't want Shokin removed. So they didn't want him removed because he was their guy. And he was protecting the company from investigation and prosecution. He was standing in the way of an investigation. So now the Republican claim is actually the opposite, where they claim that, oh, Shokin was going to investigate Burisma, and that's why Joe Biden wanted him fired. But in reality, the United States and partners, including Ukrainians, wanted Shokin removed because he was not investigating corruption and was, in fact, corrupt himself, was not investigating Burisma. So here we have a situation where the business dealings of Hunter Biden were actually in direct opposition to the actions of Joe Biden. It would have been actually more profitable for Hunter Biden if there was bribes involved going to Hunter Biden than to Joe Biden. Actually, it would have been more profitable if Shokin, who was corrupt and wouldn't investigate, actually had stayed in his position. Right there, again, completely obliterating the right-wing narrative on Burisma, Ukraine, and Biden's alleged corruption. But of course, is it going to matter? No.